Imagine this scenario. Your community's roof fails during a heavy rainstorm. Water pours into multiple units. The repair bill, $120,000. And your reserve fund, almost empty. Now you have to tell your neighbors they each owe $6,000 in special assessments. This isn't hypothetical. It happens to real communities every year. You know what really sets great boards apart from average ones? It's the 3-generation board mindset. The best boards think across 3 time horizons at once. They handle today's issues, get ready for what's coming in a few years, and lay groundwork for the long-term future. With reserve planning, it looks like this. First-generation thinking takes care of today's maintenance and keeps your operational budget healthy. Second-generation thinking prepares for those predictable expenses coming in 5 to 10 years, things like repaving, pool equipment, or repainting. Third generation looks at those major investments that'll hit in 15 to 30 years, roofs, siding, infrastructure upgrades. Most struggling communities only focus on what's happening right now. They'll fix what breaks today, but never look beyond this year's budget. That's not leadership. That's just keeping the lights on. A professional reserve study works a lot like consultant reports in the corporate world. When CEOs need to make tough decisions, they bring in outside consultants, not just for advice, but for credibility. Your reserve study does the same thing. When you need to make those necessary but unpopular financial decisions, it gives you third-party validation. When residents push back against higher dues, you can point to professional recommendations designed to protect everyone's investment. This turns potentially heated arguments into evidence-based conversations about responsible community management. It's not about what the board wants. It's about what your community objectively needs. Too many boards treat their reserve fund like a piggy bank, something to raid whenever they want to fund pet projects or cover shortfalls in the operating budget. But here's the reality. Your reserves aren't extra money. They're already committed dollars for specific future expenses. Using reserve funds to cover operating costs is essentially borrowing from your community's future. Look, it's tempting to keep reserves minimal and dues low. Nobody complains about low fees today when the consequences won't show up for years, right? But this approach, while popular, is financially reckless. As a board, you need to decide what kind of legacy you want to leave. Will you be remembered as the board that took the easy route, or as the board that had the courage to properly fund reserves even when it wasn't the popular choice? The 3-generation approach isn't just about financial planning, it's about your community's legacy. The decisions you make today will impact your community's financial health long after your term ends. Start by getting a professional reserve study if yours is outdated. Then commit to funding at least 70% of the recommended level. Anything less dramatically increases your risk of special assessments. The commitment has to come from you as board members. Your residents elected you to protect their investment, not just for today, but for years to come. That's what real board leadership looks like. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.